Thank you all for coming. I'm so excited to be here in the ESGI booth today, especially because I use ESGI regularly, and so I'm really excited to show you how I use it in my classroom and coordinate it with my Zero the Hero theme. So at my school, we do Zero the Hero every 10th day, and on the 100th day, he actually comes to school. So, before I get a little into it, I want to tell you where you can find me. Basically, Kinder by Kim everything. Kinder by Kim Facebook, Instagram, a blog that I'm hardly ever on, but it's very cute. And you can also email me at kinderbykim@aol.com. I'm one of the 5 people that still have that. So after this session, if you want to find me, just remember Kinder by Kim. Okay, I'm also a mommy. This is my beautiful daughter, Gianna, and we are leaving in 2 days to go to Mexico, so she's counting the minutes for me to get back. I'm a dance mom, not a plan I wanted. I really wanted to be a soccer mom, but I'm a dance mom. And but I, of course, enjoy every moment of all those long dances we get to watch together. So, okay, let me get started a little bit. Of course, Zero the Hero comes on the 10th day of school, so we use little dot paints to count the days, and on the 10th day, he brings something. Now, I've been teaching kindergarten forever, and forever I have spending a lot of money on Zero the Hero treats. I have been finding, Fruit Loops, rings, Cheerios, donut, anything that looks like an O for about the 20 plus years. And finally, this year, I wised up and decided that Zero the Hero actually needs to bring a math activity to my kiddos. So Zero the Hero, it comes in many shapes and sizes in our school district. He could be the custodian. He could be your big brother. He could be a small, short man. He could be very tall. Every year luckily the retainees don't remember what he looked like, and everybody else just thinks he's someone new. It's very exciting. Someone's brother, cousin, aunt, uncle. So those are just a few examples of Zero the Hero. He wears a cape, he wears hundreds of glasses. Some of them are better than others, but we take what we can get when we're in kindergarten. All right, so this was the Zero the Hero team this year. He came with, according to my kindergartners, his wife or his girlfriend, Zero-ette. So they were quite awesome. They were a young, actually, boyfriend and girlfriend couple of a friend of a teacher in our school, and so they came prepared. Of course, we have our 100-day fashion that I'll talk to you a little bit later, that you have to look pretty decked out. And this particular group came with superhero cuffs. I mean, addition, subtraction signs. It was very, very exciting. So before I even start with counting down, on the first week of school, I'm assessing my kinders, and I'm so excited with the new Make Your Own quick test. I don't remember the exact term of it, but it's super easy that you can upload your own clip art, and I can test my kiddos one-on-one quickly, and then I can print out those flashcards and give the kids colored flashcards of the numbers that they didn't know. So I get an assessment, and I can tell the parents right away, these are the ones we're going to be working on. And then I print those out, and they're so excited because Zero the Hero wants them to know their numbers. So now he's sending you some special cards so you can practice those numbers. We made that in about 5 minutes yesterday here in this session. I'm so excited about it. So you've got to check out the ESGI new Make Your Own Test program. All right, so this year, Katie and Company, who's right over here, it makes all these fun bags and games, if you've seen them. I've taken my bag from their Zero the Hero project, and Zero the Hero brings something, but he's not always bringing something to eat anymore like he used to. He does sometimes, and he's not buying things that cost me a lot of money. So this year he wrote a letter. He said, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. It's the 10th day of school. And he brought them a brand new dice. They didn't know that I had them shoved in the back of my cabinet, but they thought they were brand new dice. And I gave every child a dice. And then they got to play a game rolling and writing their numbers. They were look at the joy. I mean, I was giving them things that cost me money, and this was something that's reinforcing a math skill. And at the same time, they kept that dice, and they thought it was the most beautiful gift I had ever given them. They were so excited. Okay, on the next day, this one was awesome. Next 10 days, he sent another letter. It came in that bag. I hide the bag around the room. The kids have to find it. And we've been counting down on our tens frame so they know he's coming. So the minute they find it, they're like, you've got to open the bag. And I'm like, well, let's see how we get through our centers. Let's see who's the good listener today. And then eventually we open the bag. This time he brought tens frames with Zero the Hero was on the tens frame. We've been talking about tens frames and counting. He brought 20 beads and a baggie and a pipe cleaner. Well, when you're border on hoarder like I do, I have enough pipe cleaners for all of you and for the next 5 classes. So I just put them in baggies, and they had to count out the beads. And because it's kindergarten, they were all shocked that there were 20 beads in the bag and that they all got 20 beads. I mean, each one's like, I got 22. I'm like, I know, isn't that awesome? Zero the Hero wanted to see if you could count your beads into the tens frame, and then they strung them and made a bracelet. Simple, 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 and I didn't have to do any prep except put things in a baggie. And I have a 10-year-old now who gets to do those fun things for me. Okay, so there's just a picture of them. They were more excited about this than the dumb ring that they lose before you even get home. You know when you buy all those little trinkets, they lose them. Well, this they wore all day and wore them home. On the 30th day of school, except I'm blind, I can't see what I did, so let me turn around really quick. Oh, we were doing counting, tallies. And so he just brought a bag and said, I hear you're doing tallies. Can you show me how well you can tally? And so they rolled the dice and tallied the different numbers. It was so easy. 40th day, big deal. 40th day, we're all counting by tens. We count by tens down to lunch. We jump, counting by tens, 20, 30, 40. So he brought them a whole sheet of the numbers to 100 all mixed up, and they had to put them in order. Number one, awesome assessment for me to see who can put them in order, and I could just check that off. ESGI actually I made a test where I can also just go to my kiddos and I could just click that they could put their numbers in order to 100. So that was great. I had that on a grid and ready to go. And so my class was very excited about it. The class next door decided to make them into crowns, which is even more cool. And it's such a simple activity, but they wore them all day. They wore them at recess. I could say, can you count to 100 for me? And they were counting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So it was really an easy activity, and I gave that to you in your handout today. At 50, let me see. 50, I was trying to work on subitizing. I want these kiddos not to write the number 5. I want them to see that dice and actually write how it exactly looks on the dice, because that way they're getting that picture in their head and they can memorize it so that when you're playing all your subitizing games, they've got it down quickly and they're not going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You roll that dice, they know it's 5. So that was that same dice that they got, they still had it in their math tubs, so they got to use it again. And on 60, I was still working on counting on, and Zero the Hero was so proud of them. He was saying, okay, it's 60, I'll be back in 10 more days. What is that going to be? They had to take the domino, and they had to, now some of them, if that one says 5 plus 5, they know that that's 10. But if it was like 5 and 3, I want them to take the bigger number and count on from there, and then they drew it in there, and they added the sum. So that was kind of cool. 70, he actually brought Math Fact Family Book, an entire 4-page book. And they were so excited. Now they needed a little help, but so they were working with those 3 numbers there, and they had to make combinations for just those 3 numbers. Great for me to see who could do that instantly, and the ones that were like, okay, we're gonna work on that a little bit more later. But they got to take an entire book home from Zero the Hero. Then on 80, he did bring a snack. We were decomposing numbers, and we had been using the rods, and we had been using the cubes. So he brought them pretzels and Fruit Loops, and they had to decompose the numbers that I was working with them. And then, of course, we get to eat them. But the pretzel made the 10, and the Fruit Loops made the 1s. And it was a great project. Really inexpensive. You can ask parents to donate a bag of pretzel sticks, there's plenty. And of course, they can't wait to eat them, but they can't eat them until they've done all their decomposing. Simple, simple. 90, he actually brought math facts, and they had to add them and figure out decomposing 10s and 1s, a really hard skill for kinders, and come up with the answer. And then when you flipped it over, it was a double-sided page. And kinders are so funny. You've got half the class that's like, yay, there's more. And the other side's like, do I have to do that? I said, oh, yes, Zero the Hero is watching. Now, Zero the Hero, I'm going to put this little tip in, sometimes forgets that it's the 60th day. So what you do is you have your teammates call. And they call you, and they say, hi, this is Zero. I'm like, oh, Zero. You're helping Santa? Well, that's really important. So you'll be here tomorrow? Okay, I'll tell the kids for you. And he's been sick many a time. Zero's sick, he's helping Santa, the Easter Bunny, there's just like you're just one day off or you left it at home, I forget. It's actually a lot easier now because I'm prepping these at school versus, oh my gosh, it's 10 o'clock at night on the night before and you're running to the grocery store to find something shaped like an O so that you can give it to your class. I'm sure you've been there. So this is working out really, really well for me. And then of course the 100th day of school. That's when Zero the Hero comes and all 5 kindergarten classes go outside together, rain or shine, we make it work, and they go through about 20 different tables. We do it from 8:15 till 10 o'clock, and they go to a variety, they make 100th Day capes. One of the favorites is my little guy that if any of you heard me speak this week, I've talked about little boy, the one eating the donut, they're eating a zero, so they have to put their hands behind their back and eat a zero. They make necklaces, they count 100 pennies. Right here, this is a great activity. If you're tired and you want to keep all your kiddos working for a while, have them lay a Fruit Loop on a hundreds grid, and then they get to string it. If you just need a few minutes, that's going to give you a little time. One of the favorites, though, is squirt guns and water shooting target practice at 100's little targets. So we do several things. I do stop at 100, but I've had teachers email me saying, I need more of these. I had a teacher every month, I don't even know her, emailing me saying, have you put the next one up yet? Have you put the next one up yet? So I'm going to try to get a whole packet for a year, all the way for 180 days for you. But I did give you some samples, and I think if you wanted to start it in your classroom, it has made my life so much easier, and it's attached to the math strand we're working on. So I feel like I'm giving them an important skill, and it's making it fun because it comes from him. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you, and enjoy your time at the conference. Thank you at ESGI.
Give it up again for Kim Jordano.